Good evening and thank you for watching Times News with me, Chawez Banda. First, the headlines. Government to bail out local councils as they grapple with huge debts. Major energy projects to stall due to underfunding in the 2021-2022 national budget. And stakeholders call on government to come up with an exit strategy for the Affordable Inputs program. We have these and other stories. Please stay tuned. Government has been challenged to ensure financial sustainability of the local councils in the country. Executive Director for the Malawi Local Government Association, MALGA, Hadrod Nkhani, has said this in reaction to reports that government intends to bail out councils from outstanding debts. Mande Pundani reports.
Government has committed to offer a bailout package to all the 28 local councils in the country which have been struggling financially. The accumulated debts have seen sheriffs executing on some of the councils, hence losing some of their valuable assets in the process. The resolution Times gathers was made during a stakeholders meeting which Minister of Finance Felix Mlusu and Deputy Minister of Local Government Halima Dawood sanctioned in Lilongwe on Thursday. Should the move succeed, Treasury will be parting away with about 14 billion kwacha, as records indicate with the accumulated dates for the councils as at March 30, 2021. Confirming the meeting, Treasury spokesperson Williams Banda says the ministry will write councils to submit details of their arrears which will later be given to the National Audit Office for verification before any decision is made. But Executive Director of the Malawi Local Government Association, MALGA, Hadrod Nkhani, said in a telephone interview that the central government ought to understand the minimum financial requirements of the councils, which have to be met either directly or indirectly, arguing the current sources have proved to be inadequate. He then reiterated the need for government to match devolved responsibilities and financial provisions for the local councils. In her comment, Deputy Minister of Local Government Halima Dawood said her ministry has been engaging various ministries for.
Secretary for Energy, Patrick Matanda, says his ministry will not complete some of its projects because Treasury has allocated inadequate funds in the 2021-2022 national budget. Matanda said this when his ministry presented a report on its performance for the 2020-2021 and a budget overview for 2021-2022 to the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Climate Change. Rebecca Chimjeka has filed this report, read by Blessings Pinganjira.
According to Matanda, the budget will affect the Malawi-Mozambique interconnection project and the Mpatamanga hydropower project, which is expected to generate 350 megawatts to the national grid.
We did raise the issue of the funding for counterpart funding. This is the funding that government is supposed to provide in support of the resources that come from the donor partners. So what has happened is that in our current budget, we do have major projects that require counterpart funding, and that funding has not been provided. So we're just highlighting the need for us to have that counterpart funding.
During the meeting, Matanda informed the committee that the construction of a 60 megawatt solar power plant has been successful and it is expected to be commissioned this month. Deputy Chairperson for the committee, Ulemu Chilapondwa, said Treasury will be engaged for more funding.
Some, if not most of the projects that the ministry would want to implement are being affected by funding. For example, in the ended financial year, that is 2020-2021, they had some projects that did not complete, or even some did not even take off. The reason being that they had very little funding. And as the members of parliament from the cluster on natural resources and agriculture, our job is that of indicating to the Minister of Finance that there should be an increase in allocation to such type of projects.
Matanda disclosed that his ministry has rolled out Phase 9 of the Malawi Rural Electrification Program.
National Smallholder Farmers Association of Malawi, NASFAM, and Action Aid have asked the Tonse government to come up with an exit strategy to the Affordable Inputs Program, AIP. The two organizations said this when they appeared before the Parliamentary Committee on Agriculture in Lilongwe. Rebecca Jimjeka has compiled this report, read by Blessings Binganjira.
During the meeting, Head of Policy and Communication at NASFAM, Beatrice Makwenda, shared findings of a report that reviews an imbalance of allocations in agriculture sector. NASFAM recommended that the program be dropped, citing its unsustainability and being unrealistic. The report shows that 80% of allocations in the agriculture sector are channeled to AIP, a situation Makwenda says defeat crop diversification programs. Chairperson of Agriculture Committee of Parliament, Samia Suleimani, concurred with Makwenda, saying AIP cannot be implemented forever. The analysis was intended to support Parliament and other stakeholders like development partners, private sector and civil society organizations to meaningfully engage organizations in agriculture sector to formulate and implement a budget that is in line with priorities that will help in achieve national agenda.
The Green Belt Authority has appealed to the Parliamentary Committee on Agriculture to help it lobby for more funding from the government. Acting Chief Executive Officer for the Green Belt Authority, Amoni Mluwira, made the appeal on Friday when the committee toured the Green Belt Greenhouse Project and the Salima Sugar Company. Wezi Gausi has compiled this report.
As an authority, they planned for 5 billion kwacha to run all their activities, but the Minister of Finance has given them 2 billion kwacha in the current budget. Muluwira says the 2 billion kwacha would only cater for 2 projects, Ntola Olola Ngosi Rice Scheme in Kalonga District and Njalo Green Belt Cotton Scheme in Chikwawa.
The things that we received from Minister of Finance, it's 2 billion, and it's only for 2 projects. That's the Njalo Cotton Project and the Ntola Olola Rice Scheme. Salima Sugar has not been funded, the greenhouses have not been funded, and the other projects that we want to undertake have not been funded.
Chairperson for Agriculture Parliamentary Committee, Samia Suleimani, assured the authority that his committee would lobby for more funding.
And as a committee, we are satisfied. We are happy generally that the work that Green Belt Authority is undertaking is really transforming our farmers and benefiting Malawians.
Meanwhile, the committee says they were convinced that greenhouse agriculture can help the economy of the country.
Deputy Minister of Labour, Vera Kamtukule, has urged local companies to respect labour laws in the country. She was speaking during a familiarization tour of Langa Investments in Lilongwe. Blessings Mpinganjira has filed this report.
Kamtukule made the remarks on Friday in Lilongwe during a familiarization tour at Langa Investments. The Deputy Minister says there is need for local companies to create job opportunities and respect labour laws. She says this is still a challenge in Malawi. Kamtukule says local companies are contributing to the country's economy and the government is ready to support local businesses by connecting them to various stakeholders and outside markets.
I think for me the issue is, do they have potential to scale? And the answer is yes. They do have potential to scale with the support, because what they've told us is one of the challenges that they have is the financial support to support some of the elements that they would want to venture in. Once that is done, the issues of mechanization, once that is addressed, I think they should be able to employ as many people as they are, more than what they are employing at the moment.
Langa Investment Business Development Officer Mayami Kokalua cites marketing constraints as some of the barriers that are choking their business.
We feel like agriculture is a business for older people, but no, if you go around the world, you notice and know that agriculture is one of the key contributors to most of the economies in the world. And the gap in Malawi is like, we feel like this is supposed to be done by older people. But contrary to that, Langa Investments is run by a young lady. You have seen her, and the team is so young, and we believe that through young people we can change the economy of Malawi, and including the food security.
Langa Investments was established in 2012 and is specialized in agribusiness.
The Malawi Red Cross Society is supporting government's COVID-19 vaccine deployment strategy by providing outreach mobile clinics in hard-to-reach areas. The organization's communications and resource mobilization specialist, Felix Washoni, said the initiative will reduce long distances that communities travel to receive COVID vaccines. He added that the outreach mobile clinics are being conducted in Blantyre, Dowa, and Balaka for 10 days. He was speaking during a COVID vaccination mobile outreach campaign at Chigumla village in the area of Traditional Authority, Kapeni in Blantyre.
The Malawi Red Cross Society embarked on a campaign to support the government rolling out its COVID-19 vaccine deployment plan. In the plan, the Malawi Red Cross Society is supporting government with the risk communication and community engagement, whereby we are mobilizing communities to go and receive the COVID-19 vaccine. On top of that, the Malawi Red Cross Society, with financial support from the Malawi government, is also supporting the Minister of Health with outreach clinics for COVID-19 vaccine. Now, we are very happy with the response of the communities so far. This is attributed to the awareness campaigns that the Malawi Red Cross Society is carrying. We are mobilizing communities to come and receive the COVID-19 vaccine, and the response is overwhelming. I think the same challenges that have been encountered ever since we started the program are those to do with misconceptions and some myths about the COVID-19 vaccine. So we are slowly getting there as our volunteers, with support from the Minister of Health, are educating the masses on the importance of the vaccine.
You're watching the Times News on Times TV, and we'll be back after this break.
Your gums hurt? Yeah. Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile? All that in one toothpaste? Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums. Ah, Colgate Herbal. Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally.
Every single day, life gives us a chance to make smart choices. A choice of having smooth, glowing skin, to feel comfortable, no grease, to stay hygiene and safe from COVID-19. Make a smart choice today by choosing Purity products and stay pure.
The summer of soccer is here, and becoming a Premier Bet soccer hero is all about making the right selections. It's time to trust your natural instincts, to believe in yourself, be brave. Because there's the Premier Bet jackpot of $100,000 for the taking. So never give up. Bet now and receive up to a 250% winning bonus. Premier Bet Soccer Hero. It's all in the selections.
Welcome back to Times News. Blantyre Police has received a housing facility which will accommodate victims of gender-based violence in the city. The station's police officer in charge, Lovemore Mabumba, said sometimes victims are not able to return home the same day or night, and in most circumstances, the police have nowhere to house them. The structure has been constructed at Milale in the city by the Fisherman's Rest. More in this report by Justin Mkweo.
The house is a self-contained structure with 3 beds. Kubumba gave thanks to Fisherman's Rest, describing the house as a milestone step towards helping gender-based violence victims to feel safe when reporting violence to police.
There is need to provide food to a victim who has been provided shelter. Within our arrangements as police, we do source some resources to cater for their food. However, we still need support from other partners to support us as police.
TN Somba said he will make sure that his charges spread the message to the masses that the police is one safe place to report gender-based violence. A member of Fisherman's Rest, Dr. Sue Shishloska, said they thought the need for the shelter.
We've come together and managed to help facilitate this project, which we have now handed over to the police, and we will continue hopefully to work together and facilitate the ongoing development of this program to ensure that people are safe and there is somewhere for the vulnerable to come when they are in need.
The structure will also have a counseling room.
At least 100 needed secondary school students in the country will benefit from a 6.4 million kwacha support initiative by Airtel Malawi through its Two Wheels to School project. Airtel Malawi Corporate Affairs Manager Nora Chirwa says the company values education, hence its involvement in various initiatives aimed at promoting education in the country. She was speaking at a function at Kadabako CDSS in Nsanje, where Airtel Malawi made the donation. More in this report, compiled by Liwelen Impasa and is read by Elita Soko.
The Two Wheels to School project will see needy secondary school students in rural Malawi provided with bicycles, school bags, notebooks, and school fees through to the end of their secondary education. Speaking at its pilot project at Kadabwako Community Day Secondary School in Nsanje, Two Wheels to School project manager Stuart Kambewa said the students will be identified on merit from the 10 districts of Nsanje, Dedza, Dowa, Lilongwe, Neno, Blantyre, Karonga, Mzimba and Rumpi.
We are here to provide support to the students of Kadabwako Community Day Secondary School here in Nsanje. This support consists of school fees, bicycles, school bags, and also notebooks. The project started last year, so this is our beginning. This is the first school that we are attending to. We are working with 10 secondary schools at the moment, picking 10 students at each school.
Airtel Malawi Corporate Affairs Manager Nora Chirwa says Airtel values education, hence its involvement in various initiatives aimed at promoting education in the country.
As Airtel, we are basically big fans, huge fans of education sector. In fact, our education sector partnership and support has dated back to years ago. We have 2 adopted schools in Malawi, Salima Primary School and Masenjere Primary School in Nsanje. So we support those schools with basically any resource needs, renovation of school blocks, desks, and any resources that the school needs.
One of the beneficiaries of the project, a Form 4 student at Kadabwako CDSS, Zione Malegano, thanked Airtel for their assistance.
This will help us to achieve our goals, and also it reduces drop-out schools. Yeah, because some of us, we drop out of school because we don't have school fees and the school uniforms and so many things. So I'm very glad and very excited because we have assisted us with that things.
The project aims at improving secondary school access, helping students excel in their studies and complete school successfully, while in the long run reducing the dropout rate.
As one way of instilling a saving culture and achieving financial empowerment for young people, Malawi Union of Savings and Credit Cooperatives, MUSCO, has initiated a SACCO Young Professionals Network. The network aims to motivate the youth to join the SACCO movement. Recently, the movement reached out to secondary school students surrounding Blantyre. Kondwani Mhone has more in this report and is read by Mandi Pondani.
The network has been created to change misconceptions that most people have of thinking that SACCO is for older people and those perceived to be of low income status. Moscow marketing officer and youth network champion Andole Manganya says through a savings account initiative that they are championing, young people have been given a sense of independence to their own money.
When the students are saving, we're giving them the sense of independence to know that they're able to make decisions on their own money, and also looking at the economy of Malawi now, we believe that if they know how to save, they will be self-independent.
The network is currently engaging 7 schools in the southern region, from which a good number of students have shown interest to join the movement.
We are hopeful that students here will open their accounts with the SACCOs in the southern region. The particular account that we are promoting, it's they save, they open with 1,000 kwacha, and they save. When the money gets to 5,000, it will earn interest. So it's basically savings. The students are not taking loans, but they're just saving.
So far, 250 students have already opened their savings account with SACCO in the southern region since the launch of the network last year.
That's the news for now, but before we leave, the headlines once again. Government to bail out local councils as they grapple with huge debts. Major energy projects to stall due to underfunding in the 2021-2022 national budget. And stakeholders call on government to come up with an exit strategy for the Affordable Inputs Program. Remember, you can get more on these and other stories by visiting our website, www.times.mw, liking our Facebook page, Times360 Malawi, and following us on Twitter at Times360 Malawi. Remember to wash your hands regularly, observe social and physical distance, and mask up. Please stay safe. You have been with me, Jawes Banda. Have a lovely evening.